Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today I'm going to be starting my October spread, and I completed my old bullet journal, so I'm starting a brand new one, and this one is the Archer and Olive one with like a peachy floral print, and it's so pretty, and the pages are very high quality. I was really impressed with it. And I'm gonna do a Harry Potter theme for the October. So here I'm just using this Harry Potter black washi tape. It has this really cool, almost like gold foiling on it, and I cut out a stencil of the Hogwarts castle, and I'm using my X-Acto knife to kind of peel away the excess washi tape around the castle. I think this was a really cool idea, and I think I'm going to use it in my future bullet journal spreads because I really like how it ended up turning out in the end. And then after, I'm just going to be using my Staedtler pigment liner in 1.0 to color in Hedwig, like sort of like a shadow. And I'm using the same pen to write out October, and basically I'm going to use this pen throughout the spread. If I change it, I'll let you guys know. I'll also link all the items that I use in the description box below, so if you guys want to check it out, you guys can have the links. So I usually do like to add my monthly goals on the right hand side of the calendar, and then right underneath I like to write in the next month. So if I need to jot down a date really quick, or I don't have to look through my calendar to see what the next month dates are. So I'm just spacing it out and drawing boxes for each of the days. I will also link below on the spacing and how many dots or grids each of the boxes are, so if you guys want to follow along, you can do that as well. And then I write in the days of the week. I like to start my days of the week with Sunday, and then with a gold Sharpie marker, I'm writing Hello October on the top, and then I'm also using it to write the goals and the monthly goals. And then here I thought it was a little bit thin looking, so I kind of thickened it up a little bit. I'm writing the dates in the November calendar, and then using my gold permanent marker to write down the days of the week. And then just have some really cute washi tapes that I'm adding to the spread. I'm using the gold Sharpie marker again to kind of make little squiggles or circles, so then I could write down the dates on top of it. I started off with this Staedtler pigment liner, but then later on I switched to a Posca black pen. And here I'm doing my habit tracker. I did draw and sketch a little Hermione Granger, almost like a little chibi version, and then I tried to draw Snape on the other side with the mood tracker, but he didn't turn out quite so hot, so I just printed him out, and then I'm just gonna paste him over. You'll see it in a little bit. And for my habit tracker, I like to put the whole month, like whole months for each of the habits that I want to track. Basically, if I take my vitamins or drink enough water, if I work on my food blog. So I'm just doing that here and writing them all by hand. There are certain stamps that you can use where that would be a lot easier, where you just stamp it on and then write in the dates. But I decided to do it by hand because I like the way it looks. And then this is all with the pigment liner, the Staedtler pigment liner. I really love this marker pen, and it comes like in a pack of 10 on Amazon. And then for my mood tracker, I decided to do sort of like the house points, except that instead of the different houses, I'll be tracking my moods, and the 4 moods that I really wanted to track were happy, neutral, sad, or angry. And you can see the little Snape thing I attempted to draw on the bottom. I'm just covering it up because later on I do use an eraser to erase all the sketches that I did. And then on the top right hand corner, I did a bottle of Felix Felicis, like the liquid luck, and I thought that would be really cute since Snape is on the bottom. I know Horace is the one who gave it, but I thought it would be cute. And I'm just coloring it in the lettering for both the habit tracker and the mood tracker, and I'm just speeding this along. And I really enjoy watching other people's bullet journal spreads, and I'll link the people that I got inspiration from So for the liquid look, since it does describe it as like a goldy color, I decided to use my Sharpie color in gold to color that in. And then I'm using some washi tapes and then coloring in the holder for the house points or mood points and coloring it in with gold. Just coloring in the labels black. Using the Posca black paint pen to trace over any of the gold detailing just to make it stand out. It lines it really well against the gold marker and it doesn't bleed through. And I just like doing it to all like my sketches. This is when my camera stopped recording and I didn't realize it until it was too late. But I created my productivity tracker, which I got the inspiration from Joshi Corin, and I'll link her YouTube down below, and it was so amazing. So I decided to do one for my own journal, and I am basically tracking different aspects of my life that I want to be more productive in. So anything regarding fujabi.com will be one section, like health and finances would be another one, personal, chores and responsibilities, and then like fun and leisure. So after creating my squares, one line is for each day of the week, and then on the top, and I'm just bringing in the gold and black and white theme that was in my previous pages. And I decided to do like a checkered board kind of theme for the days, and then outlining it in the gold Sharpie marker. So here I'm using different shades of blue going from light to dark, and it will basically be representing the different areas that I want to keep track of. So if I work on anything from Fujabi, for example, I'll just color it in light blue and draw the icon in. Then here I'm just adding some Harry Potter washi tape to fill in the spaces and some on the key in the middle. One thing that I really do want to improve on is to increase my water intake. So every day I'm going to be measuring how many water bottles I drink and then color that box in. I'm just making lines for each day of the week, and then using my Staedtler pigment liner in 1.0 to color in the lettering on top and write in the days of the week, and then the gold Sharpie marker to color in the header at the top, which I'm going to write in water bottles and the numbers. Just using my black Posca paint pen to trace the gold header at the top, and then I am using it to write days on the left hand side, and then the numbers 1 through 8 signifying the amount of water bottles, and which I write on the top and then color it in a little bit darker so it's more visible and easy to read. I love reading, and in my bullet journal I like to include a section where I can track the books I've read or books I want to read. And I've been really loving just drawing a bookshelf with all the books that are on my kind of like books to read list, and then once I read them I color it in with like color pencil or marker just to track which books I've been reading and how many I've read in that month. And I'm just using my Staedtler black pigment liner to trace in and color in the top. Now on the page before this I didn't include it because it's kind of personal, but the gold ink pen just kind of splurred everywhere, and you can kind of see the remnants of it on the right hand side of the bookshelf. It's kind of like seeped into the pages, so that's why I'm just using the gold Sharpie on a paint palette and using a brush to kind of just brush in the parts I want to color in gold. And then I'm using my Posca black paint pen to trace in the bookshelf, and then using some washi tape on the side to fill it in, make it a little sparkly. I decided this month to include a sleep tracker because I haven't been sleeping very well. So for each day I decided to put in the hours and then highlight the hours that I got some sleep. I'm using the Staedtler pigment black liner and coloring in the header with gold, and then going to use my Posca black paint pen to trace in evening, morning, and noon. And then I'm using the same pigment liner to write down the hours, and then I realized halfway through that they were looking a little bit wonky, so then instead of writing them across, I decided to write them down, and I feel like I like the look of that a lot better because it looks more uniform and spaced out pretty evenly. For my weekly spread, I'm just taping in some printouts that I used. I printed out this really cool background that kind of reminds me of Magic and Patronus, and I used Procreate to type in weekly spread in the Harry Potter font. And then these cute little chibis, I printed them out and cut them out just to tape in right underneath the weekly spread, all on top of each other. They look so cute. I'm in love with this. And the glue tape thing that I'm using, I'll link it down below. It saved me so much time, and I don't have to use a glue stick or like regular tape. You just use it like a regular, if you remember those whiteout tapes, it's sort of like that. It's super easy. And now I'm using one of my favorite pens, which is the Bic Gelosity pen in black 0.7. I really like this pen because after you use it and then you use an eraser on top of it, because usually I sketch my stuff out in pencil and then erase it, it doesn't streak or bleed through the paper when you're erasing. So I drew the sorting hat and then some floating candles that remind me of the Great Hall, and using my Staedtler pigment liner to make the boxes, type in the dates, and then using the gold Sharpie to make big block letters for the days of the week and notes. I use my Posca black paint pen to write in cursive the days of the week and notes, and then my gold Sharpie marker to just color in the flame. I'm going to color in the sorting hat and candles later, but I'm continuing on with the weekly spread. For the next week, I decided to do a Marauders theme, and I found these really cute drawings that were by Naomi Lord. I'll tag her Instagram below. Her drawings are so gorgeous. And then I sketched out the I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good that's on the Marauders map with the footprints all around, and I'm just tracing that with the Staedtler black pigment line. I'm just adding some shading to the banner so it looks a little bit more three-dimensional, and then coloring in the footsteps with the black Staedtler pigment liner in 1.0, and then using my gold Sharpie with the same block lettering technique, and then the Posca paint pen to type in or write in cursive the days of the week. I also realized I started the day off with Saturday for some reason, and then I used a whiteout to change it to Sunday. And I'm using, well, I added some more of the footsteps because I thought it looked a little bit empty, so then I'm coloring it in so it looks a little bit more uniform. I decided to do a spread with some of the more popular places that take place in the Harry Potter universe, mostly focusing on Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, and I printed out these really cute illustrations from Naomi Lord again. The little chocolate frog on the right hand side is so cute, so adorable, I love him. And then on the left hand side I decided to do a signpost with some of the places that are immediately recognizable, like Gringotts or Ollivanders, like Honeydukes. I thought it would be just really cute, and I'm using the Gelosity Bic pen in 0.7 just to get more. I added some gold polka dots. I decided to focus on the 4 Hogwarts houses, and I'm using my Tombow brush pen in blue to make some stripes behind the illustrations that I printed out from Naomi Lord. And originally I did a design to differentiate the houses on the right hand side, but I didn't like how that came out, so I covered it and colored it in, and it still didn't fit. I don't know, something was throwing me off, so after tracing it with some gold Sharpie marker, I decided to use my white Jelly Roll pen in number 10 to make stripes over the blue so it kind of matches the other side. And then for the Hogwarts houses, I decided to write that in cursive, and then in gold lettering I decided to write what they kind of stand for. So Gryffindor the Brave, Slytherin the Ambitious, Ravenclaw the Wise, and Hufflepuff the Loyal, and then doing the same spread as I did with other days. And then the final spread, I decided to focus on the Hogwarts classes and printed out some illustrations by Naomi Lord, which had the Mandrake and the Doxy. Sketched out some potions, which I'm tracing here with the Staedtler pigment liner, and then on the left hand side I just have the Book of Monsters that Hagrid assigned, the Hogwarts letter, and this really cute cat that's called Potter. I thought it was just so cute and adorable. And I'm just using the gold Sharpie marker to do some accents like the lightning bolt on top of Potter and on the Hogwarts letter, and then using the gold Sharpie marker for the block letterings of the days of the week, and the Posca paint black marker to write in cursive the days of the weekend. So I went back to the beginning and I'm coloring in the sketches that I made earlier. I'm using a combination of Faber-Castells and Caran d'Ache luminous color pencils. I'll write them in the description box below. I love these color pencils. They're so soft and blendable and really nice. And then just to make the drawing pop, I'm using my Posca black paint marker to trace in the outlines and the details of the drawing. And then on this side, I'm just coloring in the liquid luck potion, and I realized if I use like this light blue color, it kind of gives the effect of glass. And then now I am just spraying some fixative over any of the color pencil drawings that I did. It dries up so it doesn't leave any stain, but it does protect the color pencils from smudging or bleeding. Marker to get the details. I just added a little bit of washi tape for the other page, and now I'm coloring in the sorting hat with the same Caran d'Ache color pencils with a mixture of Faber-Castell color pencils as well. And then I decided to color in the candles with some like yellow color, but I didn't really like how it ended up turning out, so then I went over it with the Archer and Olive acrylograph pens. This is one of the ones in the tropical selection. It's like this gray color, and I think I really liked how it kind of turned out. It kind of gave the undertone of some like yellowish vibes, but like overall it was like gray. So I colored it over, and then using my Posca black paint marker, I traced over all the fine little details, and it really made everything just pop and look really nice. I ended up coloring the rest of the pages off camera just because I didn't want the video to be too long, and I wanted to kind of shorten it. And I really like how this spread came out. If you guys liked it too, please leave a comment below, subscribe, and like the video if you guys want more of these bullet journal sessions. I'm gonna do a final look through.